Hey y'all, I cut you off a while ago. I'm on my way to Terry's. It's the 3rd of March, a Wednesday, I believe, to meet up with the hospice people so they can gather their equipment. That's one more thing I can cross off the list. There is a lot, y'all, and some of it is phone stuff. Oh, those people left their window down. As you can tell, it is cold, rainy, and a no-face day. I haven't put any makeup on in so long. Anyway, lots and lots of stuff to do, y'all, and a bunch of it is phone stuff, which I absolutely detest. It's cold and rainy today, you can tell. I've got on a jacket, and so everybody's aware now that Terry is at my house, and y'all, I'm gonna say right up front, I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot to take on. But there are two major things. One, I do not have to fight with any other people. Nobody. I can handle everything myself, which there are so many ways that it makes my life easier. One, I don't have to run back and forth to his apartment all the time. I'm going to try and do a video so y'all can see how long and how far the elevator is from his old apartment. As I just mentioned, I don't have to fight with anybody. I don't have to fight with his daughter, the hospice people, nobody. It's just me now that I have to fight with. So, the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages. One advantage, don't have to run back and forth. 2 advantage, don't have to fight with anybody. 3 advantage, neither Terry nor I have to deal with any more so-called caregivers. Now, his last one snuck her stuff out a little at a time, I guess, when he was in bed. And then she left one morning saying that she was going to a birthday party. She never came back. She didn't call me. She didn't call his daughter's representative. She didn't call his daughter. She left him there alone. So even though I really did like her, even though we clashed, she turned out to be just like the other people. And so this is by far easier for me. Little Mariah has a yard. All he has to do is boop, open the door, go sit back down, and when she's done, she'll come back in the house. And of course, at first I was doing that for him. And then I decided, you know what? I need to do what is best for him and not easier for me. What's best for Terry is to get up and down out of that chair as much as possible. And we are having to work on some stuff, and he's gotten mad at me, and I've gotten irritated at him, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is his blood sugar has gone down. I think at the highest point, it was over 500. We're talking diabetic coma here. Now we are being able to keep it under 200. 200. Yep, I'm a tyrant. And he's going to lose some more weight. Are you going to park right there in the middle of the street, honey bunny? So that's an awesome thing in itself. And I knew that if I were the one to be able to take care of him, that we could do that. And he gets some little incentives. And when you're trying to do something, whether it's a diet or whatever, change in lifestyle, exercising, you have to have some little incentives along the way. And the other day he said, "Oh, it sure would be good to get a hamburger." We were in the van. I said, "It would be good, wouldn't it?" And I said, "I tell you what, if we get your blood sugar under 250, then you can have a small hamburger, not a giant double-decker, double cheese, all that stuff. No." And so he's doing really good, y'all. So good. He's kind of like a different person. Now, he still, has things on his mind, but it's okay. He's doing so much better. He's been to his doctor. If I'm repeating myself, y'all, I'm sorry. Oh, hummingbird. I don't think you want to be on that succulent, sweetie, unless you can poke your proboscis under there. Proboscis. I don't even know if that's what they're called. Anyway, I'm very excited about that. Now, once I get things more organized, and there's still a lot to do, but even I don't mean get everything organized, because that's not going to be possible for a while, but he's going to start exercising, and I will do it with him. Chair exercises that his doctor gave us and the hospital before had given him. And I'm so pleased with Dr. Hurd that we went to go and see her. And when you look it up online, it says that she is not accepting Medi-Cal. And I know I could find him another good doctor. In fact, I had one in mind. But she said, because I asked her about it at the last appointment, she said, well, since Terry has Medicare right now, and he has been a patient of mine, it's okay. And I was so glad. We discussed his medications. She's able to ask him, for instance, she said, "Terry, do you feel like that you want to take the medication for dementia?" And he said, yes. He's so different now. He just speaks up. It's like he's not afraid anymore. He just tells people, And before he was so meek, and I would have to tell him, "Terry, you got to speak up. They're going to think you're this feeble old man that can't make your own decisions. And that is not going to help us." Well, he would agree, but then he would fail to do that. But now, I think it's because, one, he feels better physically and mentally, And, well, that's 2 right there. And 3, he feels more secure. He knows I'm going to back him up. He knows I'm going to take care of him. And he does not have to be afraid that he's going to be abandoned. That was one of the things that he used to do all the time. When he would make his daughter mad, he would call me immediately and say, "She's dumping me now. I don't know how I'm going to be able to eat. I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent, blah, blah, blah." And I was always like, "Terry, she's not going to do that." So now he just has put that out of his mind. He doesn't have to worry about that at all. And I am encouraging the 2 of them to stay in touch. And we can even meet at my house and visit out on the patio if I ever get all the crap out of there. Or we can meet at a park, because she has a son named Stephen that Terry's very fond of. And so I'm hoping that she did tell me that they would keep that relationship going. So that makes Terry happy. It doesn't take much to make him happy, y'all. He eats whatever I give him. And, oh gosh, I can't make any cookie dough balls. I do have 1 package of cookies that I have stored up over my vent hood. And they're cookies that I don't really like very much, but they are sweet. Thank you, Lou, for the Oreos. You know, and that was one thing. She was supposed to have been a diet recovered diabetic. So, her thing was, no worries. We'll get that sugar down. I know exactly what it can eat and it can't eat and blah, blah, blah. Well, after she snuck off and I got into her room, she had a dresser drawer full of candy and cookies. Now, did she lie about being a diabetic, or is she trying to kill herself? I don't know. I did try to reach out to her and tell her, what has happened in the past, that's in the past. I don't hold grudges. I don't. It's very unhealthy. And that if she wanted somebody to talk to, or go have a bite to eat, just to let me know. So, I feel so much better. It's stressful having to deal with all this stuff. But I made a list, and Jerry is such a doll. He is helping so much. So, it's a lot less stressful for me. I don't have to worry about trying to find another caregiver, running back and forth. I hate this apartment. It is depressing. And he's just a lot happier. He said the other day, I was in the kitchen and he said something and I heard drill sergeant. So I walked over, I said, "What'd you say?" He said, "That you remind me of a drill sergeant I had in the Marine Corps, and he was nasty." I said, "Good. That's a compliment." So we're always joking around. I don't have to worry about him. I waved at a lady. She wasn't waving at me. So anyway, I don't have to worry about him cheating and eating stuff while I'm gone, which all the other caregivers had to do. I said, "Terry, you can do it. But if you go into the hospital, you're going straight from there to a nursing home. If we don't create some level of trust, and besides, I can always check your sugar. So it's just, y'all, we were roommates twice before. Yeah, he gets on my nerves yesterday. I came out and picked up our groceries at Walmart. And then I just sat in my car in the parking lot for about an hour and just sat there. And it was a nice little break. And I can do that anytime I want to. So, things are going good. They're going really good. We're going to hit some, bumps along the way. That anybody that lives with anybody else, unless they're in a coma, is going to have a problem sometimes. But we know how to work around them. So anyway, y'all, don't be concerned. And I'm going to tell you the other thing that is so awesome, besides knowing that Terry is being taken care of and that he's safe, is that it gives my life a purpose. I have to get up in the morning. Yes, right now I'm sleeping on the couch and it's okay, but I'm looking for a way to kind of, make that better. But I can't lay around anymore and just, get stuck watching videos on YouTube or looking up something and then looking up something else and looking up. In other words, I am not tied to social media, as y'all well know. So, y'all, I think Terry and I were paired up for very good reasons, and it's beneficial to both of us. And I truly am hoping, I'm surprised I have one subscriber left. I am. I don't deserve it, but y'all just, hang in there if you want to. And I'm going to try to do at least one video a week. Some of them will be on cooking for a diabetic. And trust me, every time I have a question about something he wants to eat, I look it up from 2 or 3 sources. I have found that the Association of Diabetics of America, something like that. It is a official bona fide website where you can get real information. And next I check WebMD, and they're usually just right on. We have cut out processed meat, which is killing him. Not really, but kind of. He loves hot dogs and bologna. No, we're not buying it anymore. And of course, everybody knows that if you don't have it, you can't eat it. So there's cookies, but I don't even like Oreos, but there's no candy. I've moved all my baking stuff out of the kitchen into the pantry, and the real cooking stuff into the kitchen. And I'm going to do things like make homemade meatloaf again, and Max will be ecstatic. And I'm going to make them in single serving containers. They might look like corn fritters or corn cob thingies, Sharon. So if you see those corn cob iron things you sent me being used for, meatloaf on a stick, you'll know why. And so I'll still get to use Max, Debbie. Don't you worry. And I still want to, bake some stuff for neighbors. And Stephanie has a sweet tooth bigger than Montana. You can hear that rain out here. We really need it. But things are good, y'all. They're good. Louise, I'm sorry, sweetie, that I set off your medical condition. And thank you for pointing that out to me. Y'all could never offend me or hurt my feelings. I'll tell you what Louise told me. She said I won't say what the condition is, but she told me that I set off this condition of hers because my last 3 videos, the camera was going like that. I know it was. I wasn't paying attention or something. That's probably it. Anyway, this video is running long, and Louise said she also enjoys the shorter ones more. So I'll also try to do that. If anybody else has any, requests that I can accommodate, I'll try to do that. But y'all, life is good. The only thing about life that's not good is still the suffering in the world, not just our country. And especially, y'all, people in the states who think it is okay. Okay, we can get back to normal now. No face mask. Oh, speaking of which,